Welcome back to the Neshoba Valley Chamber Business Buzz. My name is Melissa Fedoroff. I'm the president and CEO of the Neshoba Valley Chamber. And today we are joined by Pete Paldino from North Central Technologies. Pete, thank you for joining us.
Well, thank you very much for having me, Melissa.
So for more than 20 years, Pete and you and your team have been helping small businesses in the region manage their IT, their technology, stay secure and safe, and run their operations more smoothly.
Yes, that is correct. We have been among multiple names, but currently in the area today, we have North Central Technologies and More Communications, both of which provide technical services to the area. Our services run the gamut from, your basic phone and internet services all the way up through, production lines, CMMC compliance, defense contracting, you name it. We're all the way, we run the gamut. The organization as a whole has over around 50 people. The parent organization has been around for close to 40 years. I've been with the organization now for 22.
Wow.
So, and in this line of work, that's a long time to be anywhere. But the thing that actually continues on, it doesn't really matter what the technology is the ability to manage that technology, manage the user, the business. Most of the things we see as far as like issues are not really technical issues.
Mm-hmm.
They more have to do with process, procedure, people. At the end of the day, it's less about the bits and bytes, and it's a lot more about the people, the processes, the procedures, making sure things are done the same way every time, and making sure things are documented. That's what makes things work forever, make changes easy to use and make users happy with computers that work.
So small businesses are often surprised to learn that they're prime targets for cyber attacks. Why is that? What is the real impact when a small business gets hit?
So there's multiple levels of impact. There's direct impact, whereas you get hit, you're down. And you can't do business, and your files are encrypted, and bad things happen. But most times, that's not the real thing you're worried about. Even small businesses, they take a tremendous amount of user data, and unlike big businesses, they actually care. They're typically doing business with their neighbors and friends and people from the community. If they have a hack and their stuff gets taken in that kind of a hack, it's way more personalized than it would be in Target got hacked. Nameless, faceless. Somebody will sue somebody and it'll be fine. Here, in the small business world, it's really important. And because they don't have the budget, they become, very big targets. And not as the end result targets, but their small business are a great stepping stone for other targets. I just said the Target hack. Well, the Target hack came from a small HVAC company, which was hacked, and they leapfrogged from that company into Target. And that's how they got past Target. So in the small business world, these are the people that are actually in all of these things that no one even thinks about, that are the real vectors for getting into something or messing with something. But a lot of times it's just to get data. Data is worth money on the dark web. Nobody is out there trying to hack you. There is no guy in a hood.
Nobody wants to be
what I mean? No one's out there doing that. Hacking is done automatically by programs that go out and find the lowest common denominator. And then they, if I'm a hacker, I sit down on my computer in the morning and it scanned all night and it told me, oh, these 3 computers are good prospects for you to try to hack.
Okay.
They're the lowest common denominator. So as a business, you want to be not the lowest common denominator. That's if you're worried about actual security.
So talking though about when a company does, have get hacked, and there's going to be some downtime, and that can be costly for a business.
Very much so.
So some of the costs aren't obvious. They're hidden costs out there. What are some of the impacts that IT downtime has that business owners might not even know about?
Well, there's the hard downtime of the actual event. The system has been down. But if it's an actual hack, you also have the investigation that you have to deal with.
Okay.
So those machines need to be brought offline. In a lot of cases, they need to be imaged. They need to be isolated so that they can be analyzed. If you want to get to the bottom of it, you can't just wipe it and fix it.
Right.
You have to leave it, isolate it, put a big police tape around it so that then somebody can come and do a forensic analysis of that and find out how far it's gone.
Oh.
Because you also need to be able to determine how big of a problem is it. Did they get into one computer? What did they get into?
Right.
How far did it go? Which means you need to know, which means you have to do a forensic analysis, which means you have to isolate everything that was touched. So that is where costs really start to skyrocket, because now you need all new everything. Or you need to wait, sometimes months.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of that, what you're talking about now, is going to be encompassed in a disaster recovery planning project, where you basically say, okay, everything just broke. What do you do?
Right.
This broke. Where you literally sit with a whiteboard and you draw everything out, and somebody else walks up and crosses it out and says, okay, go. What do you do?
Yeah.
And there's got to be a plan for everything.
There's a lot to think about.
There is a lot to think about. And those are the ongoing costs that most people don't think about.
Right.
They just think about the one event. What's a day of downtime cost?
Right.
Well, if that day of downtime is 1 day of your receipts inside your inventory system, well, that's a big day, because now, what did I sell? What didn't I sell? I lost a day of data.
So many businesses are going to start, when they start a business, they're going to start relying on just, a computer guy, somebody that they know, some part-time help. But eventually they need more. So what's the difference between that approach and working with a fully managed IT provider?
It's, at the end of the day, it's really about responsibility. A managed service provider should be responsible for the operation. Okay. So the contracts that we have are basically determined by responsibility. We're responsible for these things. Mm-hmm. Doesn't matter what happened with those things. Our price is reflective of anything that could happen to those things. We've already factored it all in. You're contracting us to be responsible for a process, not necessarily a computer. The most basic process we have is a 68-page deployment workbook, which takes us through every single aspect of a customer's IT profile, from their processes to their equipment, to their website, to their domains, to who their customers are, to how they communicate with them. Do you have users that have a high technology level, or do your users very, very basic? Well, that determines who we should put them with on the help desk side.
Right.
Because maybe the person who has the least amount of experience with a computer shouldn't be talking to the person who is the smartest person in the room. That, in a lot of cases, isn't a good place to be for a happy user. The job of IT is to help everybody do their job. We are there to empower, not take away. Now, that sometimes means you can't do that. It's not secure. But let's find a way to do it. Very
good points. So AI and automation are everywhere in the headlines today.
Yes.
So many small businesses, though, think that AI is out of reach. It's, way above our, thoughts and whatnot. How can they actually use AI today without breaking the bank?
There's so many AI tools out there. I use AI every day. I mean, we support products that have AI built into them now. Zoom has AI built into it. Teams and Microsoft has Copilot built into it. As a matter of fact, the problem really is that there's too many AIs, and who's going to be it? The things to remember about AI is, the most important thing is, where is my data? Okay, so when you're using an AI, you want to make sure you have a policy for what AI you are using, what type of AI, where that data resides, and whether or not you can put it there. That's why if you pick an AI that has a private environment, like one of the ones I like is Zoom, because when you put the data up in there, it is within the Zoom encapsulation. Okay. It's not in ChatGPT. it's a private license on a private server, so the data is governed.
Ah.
When you just go to ChatGPT, anything you type in is public.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So those things are important. The most important thing is where's my data and what am I using? So you want to just pick one. They all kind of do the same thing, different flavors of it. As far as what to use it for, right now it's very good at automating tasks. What I would do, the typical AI strategy for a small business is to try to take minutes off tasks, to go through a process and say, okay, that process touches 6 people, takes 3 hours, and does all of this. How much of that could we automate with an AI? Yeah. Maybe we can't get it to do it, but maybe we can take that 3 hours and turn it into 1 hour. Instead of touching 6 people, it touches 2 people, and that's where AI is really helpful. It's not like just doing it for you. It's a multiplier. It's a multiplier of work. It also helps you maintain standards, right? Because the AI is very good at templating and doing things the same way. It's also very good at flagging other information based on a criteria. Okay. So, AI can be used in a lot of cases just to kind of give you a heads up on things that are happening. If you actually look at what you get out of it, the stuff is really cheap.
Amazing.
It's amazing. You've got to use it.
Yeah.
And you've got to, it's all about manipulating it. It's not a switch that you turn on. Like it's a tool in your tool belt that you use to do specific things.
Wow.
And maybe you keep on building those things till you have a system that is mostly AI. But you get a lot from just isolating a couple of things. Once you start identifying tasks and getting through the actual workflow of what people are doing, a lot of it can be automated. So instead of being like, I do these 15 tasks, I do these 2 tasks. And inside those 2 tasks is an AI doing 7 and 9 tasks respectively.
Wow. So much to learn, and
I can't even keep up.
Seriously.
I mean, like I talk like I know something. I don't know anything. You know what I mean? The older I get, the more I do this, the less I know. It is.
It's always changing because
it is, and that's also the reason why you can't really go with the IT guy model anymore, because there isn't anybody who knows everything.
Right.
I need a team of 50 people to just keep me in line and tell me what has changed, what's new, what's oh, you don't do it that way anymore. I mean, I have 20-year-olds telling me I just turned 50, and I got 20-year-olds telling me that I'm, out to lunch because I'm still thinking of things in the 90s way, Well, you're right. Wow. I am, because there are new tools, there are new ways to do things, there's new ways of looking at data that you have to keep up on. In my role now, it's more of identifying the need and putting it with the right resource to fill that need rather than doing it myself. I always explain myself to be like your GC. You want to build a house, you call the GC. He, general contractor, he gets a roofer and an electrician and a plumber, and he builds you a house. Well, I'm the same thing. You need a system for your company. So I'm going to get you a phone guy, a database guy, a internet guy, whatever you need. We're going to put that together. I'm the person you come to. I'm going to say things like to you like, okay, the database guy's coming. He's a genius. I swear to God. Pay no attention to him because he's very, very good at what he does. But you talk to me, I will talk to him. There's a lot of that because in just like there is inside the world of building or anything else, you're coming to someone, a company, to provide a service and deal with all the idiosyncrasies of that service, not an individual person.
So much information. My brain is like going like a million miles a minute. So I don't know how you deal with it all. So Pete, to wrap, is there anything that we didn't cover that you'd like our listeners to know about today? Number 1 would be, how do they find you guys?
Well, you can reach us a couple of places. The best place to go is probably northcentraltech.com. Reach out to us there. You can also reach us at More Communications in this area as well, and we can help you with anything that you need. We'd be happy to come down, talk to you about your business. We spend a lot of time pre-sale. A big part of why we're successful is because we spend a lot of time pre-sale. It is, to some people, almost overkill, where they're like, I just want a price, but you really can't give someone a price until you really understand what you're getting into.
Makes sense.
And since our company does not have contracts, everything is month to month. You have the right to fire us every month if we're not doing our job, and nobody does. The reason for that is because we spend a ton of time making sure we're doing it right, we're keeping them involved, we're making users happy, we're trying to eliminate the cancer of, oh, I hate the IT guy, he's just there to make my life miserable. No, we are there to make your life better, to help you, to empower you, to make your job easier. We are not the enemy. We are your best friend.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of relationship that we try to have with companies. And the success stories, when we do get that relationship, the amount of influence we can have in a small company is amazing.
Yeah.
I've personally been involved in companies that have tripled, quadrupled. I mean, we have companies that started with 3 people and they're over 100 people.
Wow.
And a lot of it is because of the technology and the insight that we brought to the table.
Yeah.
You know, because it's like we've been there, we've done that. This is how other people are doing it.
Yeah.
Like, this is how you do it.
Thank you, Pete, for joining us today. Technology is such a crucial part
Yes.
of running a successful business. And so I appreciate all the work that you guys do to help the businesses in our community.
And if there's anything we can do for any of the businesses in the community, we're happy to help.
We're just going to refer people to go to your website, northcentraltech.com.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Pete, for joining us. This was fantastic. Lots of information, but
Yes.
definitely,
I hope I didn't talk too fast. I have a tendency to do
definitely
that.
worth having a sit down and learning more about you know somebody's company and how you can help.
Thank you very much for giving me the time. I appreciate it.
Well, glad to have you. And also, as always, a special thanks to AJ of Clear Signal Productions for making today's podcast possible. Thank you. Have a great day.